What did you just say? No.
I was just
Right here.
What did you simply say no here very much? Come out your mouth will return to you. It's the pattern of good following good. All men are canines, so I let ladies know this all the time. All men can change. And all men will change. Yet, there's just a single lady that we will change for Steve Harvey. Realized Marjorie Harvey was the lady he was intended to wed. Yet what he didn't know was that she would double-cross him years after the fact. The pair met a 1990 at a parody club and momentarily dated anyway. The timing wasn't correct. Years after the fact, Steve and Marjorie reconnected and secured the bunch in 2007. With their association came the mixing of their particular families, which incorporates a sum of 7 youngsters. Okay, how could we meet? Let them know. Tell them precisely how. Let me know first thing. I said you let them know how we met. I was late. You were late. Came to a satire club. Albeit the family quarrel have had recently been hitched 2 times. His relationship with Marjorie is not normal for anything. He's consistently competent. Essentially, he suspected as much. Marjorie altered the manner in which I existed. He uncovered in 2012. I'd never been in a solid grown-up relationship. I'd never been faithful. I'd never been completely regarded. Marjorie concurred, saying we're dearest companions. It's the initial time both of us has had somebody we can converse with about everything, except then it came to be realized that Marjorie might have betrayed the comic. New reports from sources uncovered that quite a long while back disturbing subtleties of Marjorie's not exactly flavorful past got out, and about this subsided not long after, just to get reignited in 2017, when Mrs. Marjorie Harvey was purportedly frequently alluded to as woman champion web-based. This is credited to the way that she was once hitched to 2 street pharmacists. The first was a Memphis region drug ruler, Jim L. Townsend. Gossip additionally had it that Marjorie was even thought in the medication ring, with specialists taking steps to capture her on the off chance that Townsend wouldn't collaborate. This would imply that they presumably had significant proof of her own bad behaviors. This at last prompted Marjorie's ex getting prosecuted for needing to buy bountiful measures of cocaine and condemned to life detainment. Townsend later uncovered that Marjorie most likely would have gone a similar course if not for him accepting any consequence, since she was 8 months pregnant at the time. He likewise recounted how he had been exceptionally worried about their girl being left without a mother. Yet not long after she engaged with another street pharmacist, Donald Woods, he fathered her little girl Lori before the two additionally parted, and this at long last prompted her gathering Steve, which she before long began dating. Yet while this was really blissful news, it became defaced by and by when she was apparently sincerely connected with his protector Enormous Blast, who conceded to supplicating on ladies and being a pimp. In 2007, Marjorie and Harvey sanctioned their association. It's an upsetting and intense story, extremely difficult to accept, particularly as they are perhaps of the most regarded couple in America. Everyone with the last name Harvey down here. The present moment, in the event that your last name Harvey and have gotten you anything to send here right now. When Harvey and Marjorie marry in 2007, it made a precarious relational intricacies to explore. The entertainer had 4 kids from his past connections. While Marjorie was at that point a mother of 3, the couple admitted that their association wasn't quickly embraced by their children. Yet, said Marjorie, currently all of us are mother and father to everyone. Tragically for the couple, their youngsters' disappointment wasn't the main issue. They needed to manage. One of Marjorie's exes took steps to create some mischief years after they secured the bunch. As per her ex Jim Townsend, Marjorie nearly did a difficult time during her most memorable marriage. Townsend was a significant street pharmacist who served very nearly 30 years in jail after he endeavored to buy a measure of cocaine, gauging however much a normal 12-year-old kid. We were legitimately hitched when I got captured. We lived in Memphis and had an incredible coexistence. Townsend uncovered of his relationship with Marjorie. Townsend guaranteed that the FBI had evidence that his sibling and Marjorie were both associated with his criminal undertaking, giving the subtleties. He said, we cut an arrangement that they wouldn't prosecute them. Marjorie claimed her own bar at the time to Onson said, yet government authorities shut the business down since they thought that it had been bought with his poorly gotten abundance. Townsend should go through his whole time on Earth in jail. Yet he was exonerated by previous President Barack Obama in 2017. While he and Marjorie had isolated while he was detained, Townsend guaranteed that they stayed in touch until she began seeing Steve Harvey in 2019. He uncovered that he invested a portion of his free energy in the slammer, composing a diary. He hadn't finished it at the hour of the meeting, yet prodded that it would incorporate insights concerning his relationship with Marjorie. I have not. Devotion to Marjorie. She showed her hand, he said. I took the book off the boat because truly as a result of Steve. Townsend and Marjorie had two youngsters together, a girl named Morgan Hawthorne and a child named Jason Harvey. Morgan was 5 when Townsend was condemned to jail, and Marjorie was because of brain. Fourth, Jason's soon. The ex-convict uncovered that he and his children began hanging out after he escaped jail, yet he blamed Steve Harvey for prohibiting Marjorie to converse with him such a long time. I could call night or day and she was consistently there for me, yet when she met him that telephone was moved the following day. He said Townsend acknowledged Morgan for reaching the legal counselor who assisted him with getting an acquittal, and she and Jason both show up in the modest bunch of photographs on Townsend's Instagram page. In one legacy pic, the siblings are envisioned presenting with their half-kin Lori Harvey, whose father is Marjorie's second spouse. One more sentence, Street pharmacist Donald Woods. So having hitched two men with problematic foundations, it will not be astonishing for figure out Marjorie went behind Harvey's back with her guardian throughout their long-term relationship. The couple have had each other's backs, shared a lot of sweet second, and even became grandparents. Yet that might be too reaching a conclusion. They examined their most memorable gathering during a 2018 episode of Steve's syndicated program, The Steve Harvey Show. I was late, and I thought he planned to give me the business since he got genuine calm. He was simply gazing at me. I assumed I planned to turn out to be essential for the show. Marjorie told the crowd. He at last acknowledged gracious. I must say something. He resembled gracious. I'm sorry, I don't have the foggiest idea what this identity is. Nevertheless, I will wed her. While their association was quick, they eventually headed out in a different direction. Following half a month of dating, I realized he was the one not long after I began dating him. However, at that point, he just left, vanished. Marjorie told Quintessence in 2014. Harvey made months of that. He was not in a decent put monetarily and was centered around his profession at the time. Before a man can be useful to a lady, he must know who he is, what he does, and the amount he will make. He told the magazine. More than 10 years after the fact, in 2005, he and Marjorie reconnected, and the timing was correct. The entertainer's second union with Mary Shackelford had recently finished, and he was new off his sitcom The Steve Harvey